You
Are you happy? You got your hand on the camera?
Yeah.
What class is
God, I'm glad.
Sorry.
Second.
Nah, y'all be scared.
I'm on YouTube. For a second.
So you want to put your answer on the board for number one? You want to write how you do it?
Did class open? You be blaming me.
I got it, Miss
Like,
Lynn. I got the answer. No, actually, I got the answer, Mister.
You know what? Let him. I see his confidence.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Oh, you didn't do it.
What?
No. I say I want you to get the right.
Oh.
He be like,
Wait, is it you doing it like backwards?
wow, like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
but it's 7 less than the product of some number and 4. So 4x is right. But it's 7 less than it.
Like,
How do you
I'm
write
just
7
like, I'm
less?
about to search it up
For
right now.
x
Like, I'm on my
minus
phone.
7 plus round.
No.
Minus 1. Oh, then
Is. How do we write is?
Oh, equals 20.
Was you in my class that first day?
I got you right now, Keegan. I got you
Did anybody get the answer for number 1 over here?
Keegan, you're playing me.
Huh?
It's like a chat, bro, chat is it for like 2
Wait,
hours. Like, bro, you not tired yet?
Did you get an answer? Good. Okay, perfect. Huh? What you got?
I don't even know what's in.
You got a flip. This goes on top and that goes on top. But also, no, it's one less than put the first one. Oh, that's on.
36.
You chose the
I know how this works.
You know,
You up in a circle?
your mama.
I fall down, you come to help me up, and now you're helping me up, you take my wallet.
Nah, bro, it's stressing.
And then you open my wallet and you look inside later, you're like, we got $3.
What?
Cheap ass.
I can use that. Nah, wait. God, can use that.
Doesn't really matter.
He was about to say it alone, like, I just listened to it real quick. He just said that same way he said, I think he said bad.
36. I mean, I can help you out. I mean,
Just use the pen and select the eraser up top, and then you can erase with it. Try down a little bit, there you go. Yeah, you get the pen back.
36.
Yeah, I don't know why the eraser doesn't work like
I
that.
mean, I can help you out.
I don't know how smart it is. Actually,
You think about it, right? Like,
no, but it is pretty smart. Compared to like this board, this doesn't do anything.
yeah. But that's where it all started.
True.
Yeah.
Well, it started with the whiteboard, really.
Well, yeah, the trouble.
When I was in school, everybody had a whiteboard. And you had to like
Your punishment
chalk.
was you had to,
Clean the erasers,
yeah,
right?
well,
Nah, I have to speak this on the
right, I won't do this 100 times.
Yeah, that can be annoying. Or when you do your fingernails on the chalk.
Woo, nah,
All right.
don't do that.
So Jasmine said, Yasmin said, all right, look. Where's your X in here, right? I said, always find the X first. So where's the X in our statement?
Number what?
Some number. Right, well, she used N, we'll use N. So there's your N. Now kind of work backwards. It says the product of N and 4. So product is which operation? So here's the product of N and 4, right? Like she did. And then work backwards. Oh wait, 7 less than that. So that's where you get to take away 7. And now we just have this thing, is 29. Is always equal. Okay, just like she did. Now once you have the equation, this is an easy equation to solve, right? Just like get rid of the 7 first by putting the opposite. This is a negative 7, so you should put plus 7 on both sides. These canceled out, brought down to 4n. 29 plus 7 is 36. Divide both sides by 4, and you get n is equal to 36 divided by 4 is 9. Perfect.
Wicked.
Everybody, listen. Can I move on? Does anybody have any questions about this one?
No, you can always find this.
Good. Yeah, I think I looked around, and most of you guys, if you didn't have this, you had something very close to it. So let's try the second one. Yeah, what does he need, please? I do, but then for me to write it down. See if there's other ones to leave it to it.
These are.
Huh?
These are.
So they just put that to the side, okay? So we have the ratio of 11 more than a number and 1 less than the same number. Where's your n?
Number.
A number, good. So there's n. Now actually,
There's 2 of them.
there's 2 of them. Where's the other one?
Same number.
The same number, that's another n. Okay, well, let's start with the first one. Go backwards. 11 more than n.
N plus 11.
N plus 11.
But also say
If you put 11 plus n, it's not wrong. But if you get in the habit of when it's less than or more than, put the
divide.
last thing first instead.
So, Mr. P, gonna pass in your class?
Just personal question.
I haven't put grades in yet. Ask me tomorrow after the quiz, okay?
Gotcha. Divide.
Ratio means like a fraction, right? So now we have to do, I should have probably made this, the ratio of this to 1 less than the same number. Well, so the same number is the n. Go backwards. What's 1 less than n? Equals -2. Now this one you don't solve, okay? Because this is too difficult to solve. I just want you to get the equation down.
Is everybody?
Actually, there isn't. The answer isn't that complicated, but to get the answer, it's a little bit complicated. What do you think?
Wouldn't you just?
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Actually.
Wouldn't you just put Q next to the end or up?
No, do you remember when we were doing the solving equation stuff? Remember I said when you have a fraction, how do you get rid of the fraction? Multiply by what?
So you'll multiply.
You're right. Multiply by something.
Multiply 20 side.
Multiply by the denominator.
Oh, so 1 side.
No, the whole thing. N minus 1. Actually, this isn't as bad as I thought. It looks harder. So if I just multiply both sides by n minus 1, then this n minus 1 cancels with that one. So what do we have left over here?
N plus 11.
And now we just have to use distributive property. What's -2 times n?
-2n.
And -2 times -1?
-2.
No.
-3.
Negative times negative.
+2.
And so now what you got to do is put the n's together.
Like terms.
So I like to put the smaller one to the bigger one. -2 smaller than 1. So what's the opposite of -2n?
Positive.
Just do the same on both sides, right? Hope after all this work, this is going to work out.
Mr. P, can I get some water real quick, please? Thank you.
Go ahead. So what do I do now? No.
Subtract 11.
Yeah, see, if I subtract the 2, then there's nothing over there. I mean, you'll eventually get the answer, but then you have to put something back there. You want to get everything away from the n, right? If there's something attached to it, you save for last. So opposite of positive 11 is negative 11. So then we have 3n is equal to -9.
Equals 3.
-3. Good. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought earlier, but still, yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. It's not as bad as it looked. When I saw it earlier, I was like, wait, that's really difficult. But if you know that, like, whenever you see a fraction, multiply both sides by the denominator, then it becomes a very easy problem, right? It looks really hard up here, but once you get to this thing after that first step, it's not that big a deal, okay? But I probably wouldn't give you something like that on the test, although now that I've shown it to you, we'll see. No, I probably wouldn't, but anyhow. If I did something like this, I probably would have had just a number down there, like a 5 or something, and just multiply both sides by 5. That would have been a little bit easier, but anyhow. Any questions about either one of these that we just did here? So I want you to take out the classwork that we were doing yesterday. We stopped at a certain point, I think on the back. I don't want to continue with that thing. Kevin, were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
You are, okay. So everybody has the sheet from yesterday, we did? All right, so we did the first page, right? Did we? No. We did the first one, and did I?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Okay, so we stopped here, basically. That's right, because I said, okay, we're gonna look at the second one. You know what, let me bring it up on the screen so we can actually look at it as we go.
I gotta be blessed after this.
You got Miss Brunison again? Okay.
That's who
But you got US 1 and US 2?
yeah, right before Miss Bruce, I got Mr. Waze.
Oh.
Before lunch.
Oh, sure.
Shit, super bad. Miss Bruce is not that bad though. I'll be honest with you.
Nah, Brunison.
I'm glad you said that, so you're probably like 10 feet from you.
Yeah, I say it louder for her. She not bad for sure.
No, white. Keep going.
I'm not looking for this shit. National.
You kind of pull it in my face.
You know, raspberry, right? Nah, I just heard.
Huh?
Whoa.
I don't even know what.
Oh, no, we're doing the class one.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you want? What's on? Keegan, how could you?
Huh?
Hey,
Keegan, how could you?
nah, I would
I'll
be
get there,
sleeping. I'll try to get up.
Okay.
Oh, Keegan, what's
Take whatever
Oh,
class.
we did. This one?
Yeah. We did this just like yesterday.
Which one is this one?
In class?
Yeah.
We did this one?
Exercise 3.
Yeah.
Ah,
We did it.
what was, so what was the answer?
Yo, we got like.
Evie and father, it was like,
I don't think we did
Nah,
this
we
one.
did.
Well, they don't have it on their papers.
well,
Yeah, no, I don't think we did this one, unless maybe you did it with Cass or
I'm
something.
gonna show you
no,
the
that's what we
date.
did with you. 'Cause Cash
No,
did-
we
Because I'm-
only got up to that part right
This is
there.
where we got up to, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
good.
Alright, that's what I thought, okay.
Right?
So this one is a little bit complicated, but it's a common theme that you'll see, and once you see how to do it, it gets easier. Look, if you just read it, it sounds really confusing. Evie and her father are comparing their ages. At the current time, Evie's father is 36 years older than her. 3 years from now, Evie's father will be 5 times her age at that point. How old is Evie now? So, how many people are in this problem? Huh? How many people are in this problem?
10.
2. But if you notice, they say Evie's father is 36 years older than her. 3 years from now, Evie's father will be 5 times her age. Notice they're always comparing her father's age to her. So we only actually need one variable here. You don't need one for her and her father, okay? We didn't do that in here.
Oh, look, never did that.
No, not yet. Because like if there's 2 people or 3 people or 4 people and they're comparing everybody to one person, all you need is one variable, right? If they're comparing everybody to this one person, you don't need like 4 different variables. So we're gonna need an Evie and her father, okay? So Evie is gonna be her age now.
So how it was put, it was like set up for current and the future.
But first of all, let's do our let statements. Let E equal Evie's age now, okay? That's all you need, because we're only gonna have one variable here.
So is it,
So, yeah, we're gonna say, here's what the situation is now.
and the
Evie and her
is-
father are comparing. At the current time, or now, Evie's father is 36 years older than her.
So father equals 36.
36?
Yeah.
No. He's 36 years older than her.
Alright.
Yeah, good. E plus 36.
Why'd you put now over E?
Because they're talking about, this is their ages now, and the problem, they're going to also then talk about 3 years from now. So we're going to have a separate column for 3 years from now, okay? The age problems are like this sometimes, where they say your age now and your age like a year from now or something. You'll see. So this is Evie, and this is her father,
You gotta catch up.
right? So Evie is E, her father is E plus 36. Now they say 3 years from now, how old is Evie going to be in 3 years? E plus 3, good. Right, whatever her age is in 3 years, she'll be 3 years older. Khalil, you're missing the fun. All right, and how old will her father be in 3 years from now?
39.
Well, give me the whole thing, not just 39. E plus 39, good. All right, but now if you notice, they also tell you something else. It says 3 years from now, her father will be 5 times her age at that point. What's her age at that point in the future, 3 years from now?
It's going to be 5 parentheses equals 2.
Good, it's going to be 5 times this, or 5. Right, it's important to use parentheses because you have to multiply this whole thing by a 5.
So 5e and 15.
So we have 2 different expressions that represent the father's age 3 years from now.
You know,
Right.
they did it on top of that.
So what could I do with these 2 expressions?
Combine.
How?
Combine like
5.
Not combine like terms.
It'll be 5 parentheses E plus 3 equals x plus E plus 39.
Good. We're just going to set them equal to each other. If they're 2 different expressions that represent the age 3 years from now, it's just 2 different ways of saying the same thing. So we're gonna put these equal to each other, and then we're gonna solve. Then we'll be able to figure out what E is. Okay? Now notice I didn't actually do what they said. What they said was to just guess a number and try plugging it in to see if it works. You know, why bother guessing when we can actually get the answer, right? So this stuff I think you're supposed to write here, but it doesn't matter where you write it, okay? So we just need to solve this equation. Somebody tell me, how do we solve this? What's the first step?
I do the parentheses first.
I would too. Good. Which property is that?
That should be
So what's 5 times E?
5e plus 15.
Plus 15. Good.
E plus 39 equals that.
Now I would combine like terms. I always like to put the variables together first.
E to E.
How?
5e to E.
Good. And I like to put the smaller one to the bigger one just because then you can avoid like the negatives. So I want to move this E, right, because 1 E is smaller than a 5E. So I'm going to say minus E on both sides. So we're going to get 39 equals 5E minus E is 4E plus 15.
Then 15 take away.
Good. Take away 15 on both sides.
Give me 24.
24 is equal to 4E. Divide by 4. Good. So E equals 6. What does that mean in words in terms of our problem?
E 6 years old.
Right. Now she's 6 years old, right? So how old will she be in 3 years?
9.
9. How old is her father now?
36.
39.
No.
E plus 36.
Yeah.
So if E is 6, what's
E is
6 plus
42.
36?
Is he
6.
42?
42.
What?
Now actually I don't even think they asked us that.
He's 42. But he's 36 years older. That's not his age. He's 36 years older.
Right, that's what you got to remember. Like, it's not, you can't just put that the father's 36 because it's 36 years older than her. Okay, so it's E plus 36. So let's just see if it works. In 3 years from now, ED will be 9, EV will be 9, and the father would be 3 years would be 45. And it said at that point the father will be 5 times her age. So what's 9 times 5?
25.
So that actually works. Okay, so it's always good to check your answer like that. All right, now the last thing, and I think, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, when you have a word problem, the thing they're asking us is how old is Evie now? So really we could have stopped there, but when you have a word problem, just write your answer as a small equation. So we're just going to say Evie, I don't know if it is 6 years old.
Yeah, you know.
You could put now if you want.
You can say how old too, you know.
Like on the Regents, if you get the right answer, you don't write the sentence, it's a point off. So get in the habit of writing like a little sentence. It doesn't have to be, I was going to say Ernest Hemingway. You know who Ernest Hemingway is?
No.
I don't know. What's another famous author? Shakespeare? Yeah.
Langston Hughes.
Who?
Exactly.
I don't know. What are the other famous authors?
Bill Clinton.
Stephen King. Who did you say?
Dr. Seuss.
Well, good. That's a good one. Yeah. Excellent. Right, so I mean, you don't have to be
Mathematics?
fancy, just write a simple sentence, okay?
X is
So that's how we do that one. And this is kind of the way the problems are, like, you know, the hardest part is to just set it up. But the more organized you are, and like breaking it down and say, okay, what are they telling us? Here's this one little piece here, here's another little piece, you know what I mean? You break it down, it makes it simpler. And again, the hard part is usually to get your equation. Once you get the equation, I mean, it was no big deal to solve this once you had that, right? So the hard part is like, you know, getting the equation right. So can I erase this now? So let's see.
Alright, Keegan. Put some water in my face.
Huh?
I'll put some water in my face.
Okay, go do that. Hmm? Oh yeah, I only did that one page. Yes. Oh, wait for him to come back. He just went to the bathroom. All right, let's just do this last one, and then we can start doing the homework stuff. All right. So Kirk has $12 less than Jim. How many people we have here? 2. But if you notice, we have Kirk and Jim, right? It says Kirk has $12 less than Jim. So if Jim is J, right? How can we represent Kirk in terms of Jim? He's got $12 less than this guy. Huh? And let's use J. Let J be how much money Jim has. How much money does Kirk have? He has $12 less than him. J minus 12. Again, because they're telling you how much money Kirk has related to Jim, you only need the one variable here, okay? So Jim is how much money Jim has, the J is how much money Jim has, and the J minus 12 is how much Kirk has, right? At some point, just put like J equal how much money, how much money Jim has. Okay, so we have J and we have J minus 12. It says if Jim spends half of his money and Kirk spends none, then Kirk will have $2 more. Okay, wait. So if Jim spends half of his money, how can I write that?
Half.
Keep going. Half what?
Half J.
Half J, good. What's another way to write that? As one fraction. Well, we can leave it like this.
J over 2.
Yeah, you could write it as J over 2. But we'll leave it like this. So they're saying if he spends half his money and Kirk spends none, so how do I write Kirk? What does he have?
Yeah,
J minus 12. Right? That's what we set up here. That's Kirk. They said if this happens, and we're going to have to set up an equation. It says if this happens, Kirk will have $2 more than Jim. So this one was Jim, and this one was Kirk, right? So it says that he's going to have $2 more. So what can I do with the 2? So he's got $2 more. Where can I put the 2 so that it'll balance back to equal?
1J plus 2.
Where do you see the 1J plus 2 though?
No, 1.5 J plus 2.
Yeah, good. Right? Because they're saying that he's got $2 more. So if I add the 2 here, like on a seesaw, it'll balance out. So you could say 1/2 J plus 2, yes. Equals J minus 12. You could have also subtracted it from there. You could have said minus 2 there. Same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Right? Instead of adding the 2 here, you could have subtracted it there. It doesn't matter. Same thing. Right? It's not easier or harder either way. Yeah, just think of the seesaw, right? If they tell you, now this guy has more, that means he's down here. So you'd have to add it here or take it off of there to make it equal, right? Absolutely. So here's our equation. 1/2 J plus 2 equals J minus 12. How do we solve this monkey here?
So you combine like terms. Right?
Okay, good. What's smaller, 1/2 J or 1J?
Half J.
So how do I get rid of the 1/2 J here?
Half J on both sides.
I don't want to do that yet.
Half
All right.
J on both sides.
Okay, what am I doing with the 1/2 J though? Adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Yeah, because this is positive half j. You can also write it if you want. It's 0.5 j, right? So I'm going to say negative 1/2 j here, and those will cancel out, and then minus 1/2 j here. So what's 1 minus a half? A half, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to become 2 equals 1/2 j minus 12. Now we want to get the j by itself. We got this half. We'll leave that for last.
Plus the 12.
Plus 12 on both sides. So we're going to get, I'm going to write it on here. 14 is equal to 1/2 j. Now, what did you say before? Multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of this fraction.
Okay, so it would be 28.
And then those cancel out. You get 28 equals j. So in other words, it says how much did they both start out with? So Jim had $28. And how much did Kirk have?
12. No,
Not
negative
12.
12. Negative 12.
Not negative 12.
Wait, no.
Half of 28.
No. Don't worry. Here, Kirk has j minus 12. If j is 28, what's 28 minus 12?
16.
16. Okay? These, I mean,
Yeah,
I
you don't
multiplied
understand.
2. Where'd you get 2 from?
That was
because
the 1/2.
that's the opposite of multiplying by a half, is multiplying by 2. To get rid of the half, you just multiply by the reciprocal, which is by 2. The other way, see if I wrote it like this, j over 2, then multiplying by 2 looks a little bit more, but it's really the same thing. To get rid of a fraction, you multiply by the denominator, okay?
Right.
If there's a 1 on top.
So J is 28.
Yep. So now, what's the question they ask is how much money did they both start with? So what sentence do I write?
Church started with $16, we started with $28.
That's it. Perfect. Right. You got to write the sentence, otherwise you're gonna lose a point. Okay?
You didn't think of it, remember?
Yeah.
Got it, Yasmin. Or you don't get.
Why did you do it?
I guess because
Maybe
that's
you don't get it. Don't be shy to say it.
I don't get it.
This one.
This is
Alright, so what do you don't get? Like, what do you don't get? The whole thing?
all right, guys.
Oh, is it that Keegan wrote in scribble scrabble
I
before?
think you're supposed to multiply the bottom part.
Yeah.
If you have a fraction, that's the easiest way to get rid of a fraction. But the thing is, in order to do that, it has to be the only thing on that side. That's why I said you couldn't do it yet, right? I mean, you could, but you'd have to multiply everything by 2. It's easier if you just
You
have the
have
fraction
another
and the variable, then you multiply, okay?
Another.
The one we just did?
Yeah.
This one?
Okay.
All right, let me just hand out the homework, and you can actually start this stuff now and get as far done as you can get now. And this is your, this is what's due for tomorrow. And again, everybody has trouble with word problems. The only way to get better at them, and you will get better at them if you just keep practicing them, okay? Because there's only a certain number of ways. You'll see like there's patterns that keep appearing, and you'll say, oh, that's kind of like this one I did before. But if you don't practice, you're not going to notice that stuff. All right.
I didn't see him.
I mean, how the hell am I supposed to stay up all day? I'm exhausted.
this guy is about
9:05 p.m.
No.
Like, shit.
I think it's just the last class. Like 3:30 to 5. That's the
Nah, it would be like 1:30 to like 3:30 to 5.
I thought it was the morning, honestly. Once you get home, start doing
I use about
But I think what, I told them they should have put the last hour and a half as your first class. You know, you can be bored.
Yeah, I mean, you're better off trying some of these now because this way, if you have a question, you have people here to answer it, right?
Yeah. That's the best, Keegan.
I try. So always remember, find your x first or your n, and then kind of work outwards from that. You usually go backwards.
I mean, it's basically an 11. It's a variable. So
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter what the variable is,
Right.
yes. But find that and work backwards or outwards.
Okay, the sum of 3 times the number and 2 less than 4 times the number is 2. Okay, so let's break it up. The sum, so what operation is doing?
Sum of 3 times the number. How do you write? Where's the x
Okay, so we're going to
Yeah, please. A number, that's your.
3 times the number is 2. So 3 times the number is 2 times the number.
3 times
Yeah, so let's break that up.
or n, we'll use it.
3n.
Like you go backwards, it says the sum of this. So sum is which operation?
And we're going to take first, we write the plus sign here.
Okay, so we're adding this n
Now,
2 less
2
than
less
4
than
times
4
that
times
same
that
number.
number. How do I write
So
2
that-
less than 4 times that number?
Okay, so where's the n here now, in this section?
2 less.
So now work backwards, 4 times.
Yeah, so, but you will notice.
Oh.
wait a minute.
But it's 2 less than equals to, no, 2 less than is when you use the subtraction.
They're very close.
That is,
It has to be either one of these.
yep. You just-
So what's the difference?
Talk about jealousy over here. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Right. This is, they were doing it 4 times the digit. But it's just 2 less than, how much times is that? It's not 4 times.
Well, first find your x. So it's the sum of 3 times. Just that part, this thing.
where's the end? Or the end, sorry.
That's what starts. Let's go back.
But even if you the left, so this like 2 less than 4 times, it's 2 less, so that's minus 4 times, which will be multiplied by 4. That's all. Yeah, it makes sense sometimes to start at the end. I think with these ones, that would be better. But
So like, try to break. Yeah. Because because look, it says 3 times a number, but it said 3 times the sum of a number and something, then you have to put parentheses. But if it's 3 times a number, you don't have to put parentheses. Yeah, sometimes knowing whether to use parentheses is not good. Yeah,
the
not
very
quite.
first step is we always need a variable. We always pick one variable.
Yes.
Pick a variable. Okay.
Well, don't worry about
The
that.
sum of 3 less than 5 times the number. Okay, so this one,
This is kind of like the one we did
number,
with,
number is contact. So number is.
we did yesterday with family.
Whatever you see the word number, you think of X.
Oh, the one we did the other day.
Times the number.
Just want to translate it.
The sum of 3 less than 5 times the number.
So when you go to the back of it. But essentially, you'll see it's like there's like 4 people, and they're telling you
Oh, no,
like
it's X.
you have to write a little expression for each employee, and they're all going to be in terms of one word.
The sum of this
just set it up.
And we're adding to the curriculum with some.
Just like there's a lot of things where it's so just start with these.
Basically, the number is
What's that?
plus, and this is not plus 9.
Hold on.
So it's square plus 9. The number which variable is there,
What does a dog stand on? Plus.
but then you increase by 9.
All of it was.
Here's your hand, right? Okay, you got the 5, that's okay, X is fine. So 5 times that is 5.
This
That's good.
this
Three less than that. I get mad.
so that I combine all of my
That's why I say the sum of this has a number increased by 9. So where's the X there? What was the number?
Oh, you added it. Yeah, you can do that.
You said it again? It's plus 9. It's the number increased. Yeah. This was the first thing. And we're
I know,
adding.
that's a negative 3.
Now you can go back. So we're adding something to that. And we're adding a number increased by 9. So the number that we recognize. In this case,
If you leave it in like 9 minus 3,
increased by 9. So the number increased by 9 is. See this?
oh no, basically it was 9 minus 3. Yeah, 9 minus 3.
It's the sum of this thing. And actually, you know, because there's not just combine like you just got it takes a little practice, but you'll get better. I know.
What was the question?
So it's fine, you got 2x plus 4. Okay, that's right. 5x minus 8. That's good, good. Okay.
I know this one is
Thomas and Aaron's twins.
number.
If they're twins,
You
it's
want
not.
to take, so when you say
Good. So you put that into that. Okay. You put a working piece into your head.
what is it? Similar in terms of referring to Andrew and so write that down.
It's three.
Now, I think the same now we're going to Tom in terms of Tom is 4. Like Tom is
Sour? It's sour.
They're really not. Yeah, of course, that's one.
Hold on.
Can you stop your video?
Yeah, okay.
So this is right.
You wanna stop it for me? Yeah, stop it? All right.
Everything up there? There you go. Yeah, there's no, this is the hardest part. Sure.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, this is
Tom and Sarah are twins.
Oh. Yeah. It is this. It doesn't end up being. Just solve there. Show me what you got.